Good morning, Scallywags. Boo here with another mindless drivel, and if you saw my video on Monday, then you know that this week we're talking plot leaks. So be sure to put a smile on your face, because today we're talking about the Joker. Or at least a film that I believe could have been a script that was floating around Hollywood that nobody wanted until someone was like, let's just make it the Joker! And then they said, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Because once you hear the details of this movie, I don't understand. I just don't get it. But having said that, I am kind of interested in seeing it. The test screenings have been positive, so I don't know. But I've got a lot of details to cover on this one, so let's get right to it. So this movie is set in 1981 in Gotham City at the height of the garbage strike. Apparently Gotham City is at its lowest point, which, to be fair, how many times have we heard this is at Gotham at its lowest point? But I guess this is the lowest point without Batman. And it focuses on the story of one Arthur Fleck, which, in case you didn't catch the joke here, that's Arthur Fleck. A Fleck. Affleck! Arthur works for a talent agency as a clown, doing things like spinning signs and doing all of that fun stuff, and also has dreams and aspirations of becoming a stand-up comedian. Other than that, he's a regular dude. He's got a crush on the character played by Zazie Beetz, which is a total one-sided crush, by the way, if you couldn't gather that, because they're setting him up to be the ultimate loser, and you see where it's going. But he's also being followed around and kept tabs on by a social worker, because apparently Arthur Fleck has a history of some serious psychological issues. The main one of which is that he tends to laugh hysterically when nervous. I don't exactly know how that's a serious psychological issue. I know a lot of people that laugh when they're nervous, but that's what we're going with, so okay. Outside of work, Arthur is also a caregiver for his mother, who herself has some serious psychological issues, and she used to be a housekeeper for the Wayne family. That being Wayne as in Bruce Wayne. Batman. In fact, she actually has quite the obsession with one Thomas Wayne. And in case you don't read comics or have seen any Batman movie ever, Thomas Wayne is the father of Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne is Batman. This is one of those things where I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but it is the internet. Meanwhile, Thomas Wayne is described as being a very good man who is currently running for mayor of Gotham City, and over the last several months has been ignoring letter after letter after letter that have been coming from Arthur Fleck's mother. She has been trying to contact him for something, but we won't find out what that is until a little later, so be sure to stay tuned. So once we are introduced to all of our characters and our plot has been established and the movie starts moving along, Arthur actually gets fired from his job, which kind of seems to be the last nail in the coffin for him as far as his psyche is concerned. On his way home, he's actually harassed by 3 Wall Street guys, and Arthur just kind of puts up with it for the most part. I mean, he's kind of, cracking and crying and kind of losing himself there, but he lets it happen until they turn their harassment over to a young woman. At which point Arthur snaps and kills all 3 of them. Just a violent killing as it's described. Somehow, inadvertently, this actually sparks a bit of a resistance in Gotham City to kind of rise up against the rich. Thomas Wayne, of course, being the poster child for the wealthy of Gotham City, all of the poor voters start turning against him, so his numbers start slipping in the polls. Then, much like you do after killing 3 Wall Street guys, Arthur decides to take a crack at stand-up comedy again, and he does a set at an open mic night. Unfortunately, his set completely bombs. I mean, just absolutely imagine the worst thing you could ever possibly see. Had this movie taken place during a time of YouTube, it would have gone absolutely viral. And that's putting it in terms that our younger audiences would understand. He actually bombs so badly that footage of his set ends up on a television show live with Murray Franklin. Murray Franklin is played by Robert De Niro. It's basically this world's version of The Tonight Show. And as you would expect from any late night host, Murray Franklin takes to taking jabs at Arthur and his set and just completely tears it apart. Just ridicules him and roasts him and basically the comment section of any YouTube video. So amidst all of this, Arthur is being investigated by the police for the 3 murders. But while the police are there investigating, Arthur can't be bothered with any of that because he's reading the latest letter from his mother to Thomas Wayne, where he discovers that he is the illegitimate child of one Thomas Wayne, making him the half-brother of Batman. However, he does quickly learn that his mother was lying in that letter to Thomas Wayne, and not only did she know that Arthur wasn't the illegitimate child of Thomas Wayne, I think I just said illegitimate. Illegitimate. I'm from Mississippi. Apparently. Not only does he learn that he is not the illegitimate child of Thomas Wayne, but he learns that his mother was completely aware that her boyfriend, who may also be Arthur's real father, was sexually abusing Arthur when he was just a small child. Arthur is, of course, not only heartbroken, but completely just enraged by finding out that she was completely aware of this, and actually goes to Arkham Hospital and kills his own mother! And yes, it's Arkham Hospital in this, not Arkham Asylum. Although there is a note to Arkham Asylum later on. So stay tuned, kids! So going back to Live with Murray Franklin, Murray actually invites Arthur to be on the show to kind of, roast him live. But after just having killed his mom and realizing that he's only going to be invited to television to be ridiculed in front of a live audience and in front of a TV audience of thousands, Arthur completely embraces being the Joker, dons the costume, and starts killing everyone who's ever wronged him. Except for Zazie Beetz' character. Because even though it was a one-sided love that he had, and even though she completely rejected him, he does still have an obsession with her, and therefore cannot bring himself to kill her. And even though he does know that it was a setup, he does show up to the show. In full costume, in full Joker makeup and everything, and shoots Murray Franklin in the head in front of a live audience. He then goes on to give a very big speech about how the poor need to rise up against the rich and take back Gotham and blah 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 blah. This causes a complete citywide riot to break out. And this is actually one part of the story that I thought was kind of neat, because it's actually in this riot that Thomas and Martha Wayne are gunned down. So it's the actions of the Joker that create Batman, but not the Joker killing the parents like it was in the '89 Tim Burton film. All of this, of course, happening on live television. The police are now on to Arthur, and they, start chasing him through the city. If you saw any of the behind-the-scenes footage, the spy shots of live filming, then you've probably seen a good chunk of this chase scene. And they finally catch up to him after Arthur is actually struck by a passing taxi. So they take the Joker to Arkham Asylum, and this is where they refer to it as Arkham Asylum instead of the hospital, where the movie ends with Arthur dancing around his padded cell because he's just completely gone now. So yeah, that's pretty much the plot leak. The movie is said to be a very hard R. It's said that he is only Joker for about the last half hour of the film, and there was at least one website that was saying that Joaquin's performance deserves an Oscar. So, I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. I can't say I'm really excited for it, but I do want to see the movie just to see what are they going for here. I mean, is this supposed to be the Joker that we know and love? Is it kind of a Gotham scenario where he is the inspiration for the Joker? Or is this kind of an Elseworlds story where this is what if the Joker was born before Batman was? I don't know. I don't really know what they were going for here, but I'm intrigued, and I'm sure I'll be seeing it in the theater, so we'll do a review of it when it comes out. Meanwhile, let me know your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. Continue, as always, to comment, like, share, and subscribe, because I do these videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I could totally do Broadway, just saying. And we would absolutely love for you to join our Scallywag family. While you're out here on the internets, be sure to jump over to www.geekycool.com for even more all things nerd. Articles, movie reviews, game reviews, videos, personalized exclusive content from me, and possibly even a Geeky Cool YouTube channel coming soon. Basically, if you're into the nerd scene and you like what we do here or on any nerd information channel, then you will love what Geeky Cool is doing. They are not only our sponsor, but it's also a full-on partnership, and well, they're our very good friends. So please jump over to there and check that page out. Again, that is www.geekycool.com. Got even more plot leak stuff for you coming up on Friday, so make sure you tune in for that one as well. And might even cover 2 movies on Friday because the other 2 things are kind of short. We'll see. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Love each and every single one of you. See you soon.